Yes, indeed. It is me. I am back. And we're clearing out the old vault of replays I had from a couple of years ago from the ladder. I have a PvT on Polypoid today between Taengu, who at the time that I downloaded the replay packs was actually the #1 ranked non-drop hacking player on the ladder. But that could never really translate into any other kind of real success, interestingly enough. On the flip side here, we have Ruin, who was a real up-and-comer back in 2023. People like Protoss were talking about him as a player to watch for the future, and I haven't really kept too close of an eye on the Korean scene, but I don't recall seeing Ruin's name much in terms of ASL. If anything, it's the qualifiers, perhaps the early rounds, but definitely still getting knocked out early in the game. Hasn't progressed to become a regular or a fixture in ASL as of yet, but still a pretty solid player, fun player to watch. So we're on Poly, which is a very standard sort of vanilla map, so you're probably going to see a very standard sort of vanilla game. We have a Rax on the low ground, so this is probably going to be some kind of gaseous expand, so quite an aggressive start from Taengu. Look at these APMs, these guys are just spamming like madmen. And we have what looks like it's going to be a standard build here from Protoss. Our Cybernetics core should be coming up on 13 at the completion of our gas, so no dramas here, and we are sending out our scouting SCV. So while we follow our scouting SCV on his exploits, I want to know from you if there is one, where is there a casting gap in the world of Broodwar? Okay, so you know, you got Protoss, who is casting Flash and basically top level Korean players almost exclusively. You've got SC, who's doing some ladder games and doing some competitions like ACM. You've got Falcon, who does whatever Falcon does. You got Namcraft, who's kind of similarly also doing some first-person view reaction content, like speaking over the Korean guys. Like I can't actually, I find that totally unwatchable, but that's just me in terms of personal preference. It's not a dig at the caster in any way, shape, or form. But there's just a huge amount of just Korean pro games being cast, and I just think with Seawall, there's got to be an opportunity to use it for what you can showcase. You can showcase the entire ladder, so you can filter by MMR, you can filter by match type, you can filter by map, you can filter by duration. So you could do studies on cheeses, on rush builds. You could do heaps of things using Seawall to its full power, and I think it's good for learning players. This SCV is going to just get away. It's funny that we chose to follow him. I don't think that he wants to let him go. Now we're going to follow the Dragoon. You got him! Got him! Jump, man. So the scouting SCV has been killed, and we're just doing a range open. This is so old school. Like you just don't see people opening range in 2025. It's just not done. It's Robo is all the kabubble. Anyway, so our Rax expand is beautiful. It's done. Taengu's got his nice economic advantage. He's building his factory. He's got a couple of Marines in the bunker. Our Dragoon, who had scouted, has gone out. Our second Dragoon is here just to cover for the Vulture, but because we were just following our SCV during my rant, I didn't actually see the probe scouting pattern. And if he saw the build from Terran, he knows, so if he did though, that there would be no Vulture anytime soon, and he'd be probably rushing a tank. And here comes our second. So he's kind of maybe just scouted for the first time here with that Dragoon, who knows, but he's going to put pressure on because range has completed. So there you go. You do not see this. This is so funny. I was just thinking before I switched on this cast, or just getting back into casting, I was like, you just don't see the old-fashioned build a Dragoon, hit the bunker 500 times while you do repair. It just doesn't happen anymore. It's like it's become so old-fashioned. It's hilarious. Anyway, would love to know your thoughts on what it is that you would like to see done differently, you know, in the World of Cosmic. Hey, Dumb Dragoon, shoot the bunker, bro. There you go, good job. So here we go. So now we've got our Dragoons firing away. Oh, picks up a, fire, Dragoon. Jesus, these Dragoons are dumb. Okay, so definitely read that the tanks would be slow. Only a couple of, oh, he stuck them in the bunker. That's funny. No, I've never seen that done before. That was cool. Alright, well, siege mode's almost done. When it is, these Dragoons will... Okay, there we go. So that's the end of that. And he sends a couple back just to block any drop harassment or anything like that. So what's the plan here? We got 2 Gate Robo. I'm pretty sure he will expand behind this. Here is a shuttle with a couple of Dragoons in it. I don't know what you... I think because the racks expand is quite aggressive and there's not a lot of units, you can possibly get some value here from a drop. We'll see. Uh-oh. I heard something sieging. I think it was in the natural though. So he does get himself 2 SCVs. Not bad. Target fire, so he can get himself a 3rd SCV and a 4th SCV, and he picks up both goons. And nothing here can shoot up. That's actually pretty good harassment, although I don't think he's going to get much more joy from his goons now. And of course, because he's popped the Dragoons into the main, he can pressure the bunker again. Good pressure play actually from Ruin. I enjoyed his open, and behind this he's taken his 3rd, which is absolutely the definition of top play, which is expanding while you're putting your opponent under pressure. It's just, you know, the absolute best method of playing this game. These vultures just ran straight past this probe and did not seem to notice a damn thing. Alright, so now we have this interesting spot where you've got a single goon here. 2nd, 3rd one coming now from the gateways. We've got Reavers coming in behind this. We've got nothing protecting the space. Although we've dropped pretty good reactions there actually. So, I think that Ruin wants to keep the shuttle alive. And the reason for that is he has Reavers on the way. Turrets on the way. The tank's expanding. It's making a command center sub 7.5 minutes, which is insane. This is a very economically aggressive game from our Terran player. So Protoss is now only just getting his 3rd saturated. There should be enough protection here. Poked in there, saw the tanks, got shot in the face. Never mind. How many gates do we have now? 4 gates. 4 gates to support the 3 bases. Priority still seems to be Reavers, probes, speed for the shuttle, which is where, by the way? There it is. So the shuttle is here, chilling. I think he's waiting for speed to finish. We'll keep an eye on that. There you go. Speed comes in. What? Can't get the kill count on the Reaver. It's so annoying that. I wish they could change that feature on the replay client. Like, I want to be able to count how many things this Reaver's killed. Oh! That was beautiful. Pretty good micro from Ruin. He's definitely a fast player. 400 APM. Oof, nice. Again? Nice. What's happened to our shuttle now? Here he goes. In and out, good harassment, good damage. I like how he's cut off this corridor to vultures, this corridor to vultures. There are some vultures that are active on the map, but it's going to be difficult to get more of them. So he went back home and picked up a zealot. It's got the same Reaver in there. Looks like he wants to try and harass again. So as I said, the corridor for the vultures is cut off. The visibility of mines limited. Okay, so he's actually going to use the Reaver here to have a go. That's interesting. Oh! It's the SCV as well. I want to try and see what kill count we have on this Reaver. Oh, he just dropped it in and he got it out again. No, it died. It died. It was a little suicidal there, unfortunately. So all of this micro is definitely impacting the macro of Burn as fast as he plays. It is what it is. He does have all of these gateways producing, which is impressive. It's making zealots. Getting legs. I reckon some zealot bombs and possibly transitioning into Templars is next. He really does need to get his macro banking up some money. Fourth base established, but I think economically Terran is definitely in a good spot. It's got this other Reaver didn't die. Oh, hilarious. He picked it up and ran away. Dude. It's a bit of a waste of scarabs in my opinion, firing away on mines. Using his opportunity again though to expand. So it's a sign of a good player. If you're pressuring or you're in the ascendancy, expand behind it because your opponent is focusing on defense. They are not focusing on denying your expansion. Much more difficult when your opponent knows that you're desperate to expand. It's a dropship. That's fun. Just dropping in some vultures behind the line here. It's really random. It's just two. And nothing else. So we'll lose like 2 probes to that. And now the dropship's gonna have to get out of here. Dropship just dies. So trying to establish a 4th and only +1 at 13 minutes on our Terran. Trying to establish a 4th and Protoss sniffs it out and denies it. Nicely done. Quite a close spawn, so this base is always a bit of a contentious one. He's got 2 command centers here, so I presume he wants to land the second one there when he can establish some defense. Run again behind on his macro. It's probably my only critique of his play. He's banking money. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think he was a bit slow because of all the fancy micro storm here to establish the number of gateways he needed for the base count that he's got. I think a potentially decisive moment in this game is denying or fighting for the space as much as possible. I think if he gets a few depots up here, which is what he's doing now, Protoss is going to have no chance of breaking that, but Protoss is establishing a new home away from home, Nexus, Pylon. So take the second and the third main, it's game over, as a general rule of thumb. But a full basing Terran is going to survive until 25-30 minutes under almost all circumstances, because they just become very difficult to break. Unless he doesn't bother to make an armory. You know what I mean? Which at this level you would expect is a given. Where is our armory? Here it is. So he just has the one armory working at the moment. Oh no, he doesn't. Got the two armories working now. So he will progress to get his upgrades. He's got the money. He's pretty much unbreakable the way he is. So I think Protoss only wins through just superior macro. That was a good attack. Got some nice drops in. Killed a decent number of workers. But these depot walls are going to be very, very painful to break through. So I think it's harassment, but I think that's probably best case scenario what Protoss can expect now. So Terran just goes to confirm this base is not yet taken, but I'm sure this one and this one has to be on the agenda of Protoss, because the reality is we have a 4-basing Terran who's going to max out soon. It's going to hit 3-2 upgrades soon, and then you as Protoss have got to understand trades are going to become very, very difficult. Fighting with your ground army only the way you are is going to become very difficult, and you're going to have to get some technology that isn't just simple. It does have double forge going, but you're going to have to get some more tech. Are we building any more tech here? Just building gateways. Looks like gateway man with some shuttle support. We're not making Reavers anymore. We are getting some high Templars, so shuttles will be key. Templars will be key. He's got a few cannons here. I don't think this harassment should do too much. This is more just a discovery and a confirmation that this is here. And I think that this is probably next on the horizon, although probe gets intercepted. That's really annoying when that happens. It's red, but I don't see it. Why? See this? Oh, there it is. I was gonna say. On the minimap, why can't I see it? So these vultures are just chilling here, and they're actually getting kills when they mine here. So funny. They had to tie that up. Alright, so we're back in action land. We have a fully maxed out Protoss. And there's no waste. Look at this. You're not breaking Terran here. Do not even try. Just fight to expand. That's all that's left to fight for. Make nexuses everywhere. And then it just becomes about trading and re-establishing. Trading and re-establishing. There's no other option. Oof. So it looks like Terran has decided it's time to go. Nice Templar pickers for the vultures. This is really good. Oh wow, that's one hell of a lineup of tanks. Look at this area now. Like trying to just basically cut off this half of the map, and he just denies this expansion. If he goes and finds these goons up here, he'll kill them. Does successfully drop in again and kills a whole stack of SCVs with storms and zealots. Apologies that I missed that. I still most certainly have casting rust, and I need to get back into it. Alright, so we've got some gateways. We've got Terran cutting us off from this half of the map. I think that on its own will be why Terran wins this game. Terran's got 4 bases and they've cut half the map off, which means that Protoss needs to try and win with the other half of the map, and that just doesn't scale. Protoss's units are just too weak, and Terran's units are just too cost effective to replace. This really does put this game in unbelievably good context. Come and fight. I mean, yes, you can keep dropping here. Oh, arbiters have arrived. That's exciting. What is the arbiter doing? No stasis, nothing. You just want a cloak, but nobody's invisible. Wasn't a terrible attack. Admittedly, a huge amount of tanks are here, so he has got a sense that he's left himself a little bit exposed, but even that was not a very convincing trade, was it? It's a cool noise though. The arbiter clicking and clicking noise. Oh, free Templar. I thought he was attacking me, you know, just sending a whole bunch of observers here to go, hi! Could this be attack with shuttles? I wonder. Just a whole bunch of like drops, because there's nothing protecting it except for all the mines, and the mines can drag. Sending some zealots up here. Max out again. Just trying to penetrate this line here where he's basically saying, I'm holding this position, I'm holding the map. Gonna lay more and more mines. Got a vulture their presence just to see who doesn't take that base. I don't think you... I mean, you're just gonna suicide your zealots in here? I mean, you're giving Terran time to move his vultures into position. This is just too many mines. Can you get on top of the tank line? It doesn't seem to have backfired too badly, although it's a very deep line, eh? I mean, he just suicided his entire army in there, and what did he get for it? Like, nothing, basically. 3-2 tanks. This is just unbreakable. It's unbreakable. I don't know what Ruin's thinking he can do. I really don't. I haven't seen the Arbiters cast a spell yet. They might have done. Unless they were hit with the MP. So Wise Energy solo. Okay, well we do have another base. We need this one. Nobody's gone up to harass these, so these goons here just chilling. Being the least active members of this dear game. Please don't do this again. Well, this was better. Kind of answer the question I had earlier, which is, could I get some value by dropping on these tanks? Answer is, for a while. And then you just hear the sound of zealots dying like there's no tomorrow. Taengu did lose a fair amount of tanks there. That wasn't a terrible engage. I think dropping with the zealots behind the mines was really good, and I think he was caught a little bit out of position with his vultures not being where they needed to be. So that one went pretty well for our Protoss. A couple of whiff storms. So you're not going to throw a... I was going to say, he's definitely not going to miss out on storming all those SCVs, is he? And he doesn't. Gets a decent handful of kills. Storms on the ramp as well. Nicely done. Our goons here have disappeared, so presumably they were found out. And this base is safe. So where are we? We have a mining base here. This is mined out. This is mined out. Mining base here. So we've got 2 mining bases as we are Terran, which is plenty. Protoss has got almost mined out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the 6 mining bases is definitely powerful. As I said, Terran will definitely survive until 25 minutes on 4 bases. After that though, income and economies of scale do become a little bit more significant. It just really depends on the next time Taengu maxes out, how that trade between his maxed out army and the Protoss' maxed out army goes. If it goes well, it's going to be game over for Protoss. If it goes badly, then I think Protoss will be fine just by reinforcing with macro. So, are we going to use our spells? Nope, we got hit with the MP again. So our Arbiter has managed to contribute nothing except some cloak. Our Observer's just killed himself. Well, suicided himself in. So this trade for Ruin is going okay. Keep an eye on the supplies. So when all the zealots are dead, how many of your dragoons you preserve, right? So he's trying to establish this base. And you can see why. Okay, so that went okay. From a Protoss point of view, we don't mind. We are 160 versus 123. And we are in a prime position to deny our Protoss getting onto a second mining base. So we've got one there which is low, and we've got this one which is full. He needs a third mining base because he knows that he's going to run out of money. When he's on one base, it's game over. Protoss will just win. But Protoss has got 1, 2, 3, 4, although it's pretty low, 5. So at least 3.5 solid forms of income. Whereas our Terran is basically on 1.5, which is no good. So he knows the longer he denies this spot, the better. And Terran is starting to get a little bit thin on the ground. Wow, he knows how to use an Arbiter for spells. That's cool. I mean, it wasn't exactly exciting, but at least proof that he can do it. Another Arbiter over here. This command center could be moved. Just thought. Has to scan to kill what units left here. Ends up doing a storm. So this is really make or break here. If he can't establish his base, he will tap. So I expect Rain will max out. And he will push this position. And if he can break it, it'll be game over. If Terran can hold it, then the game will continue. What is in our shuttle? Ooh, 4 High Templars. Spicy. Okay, so we're going straight in behind. There's not really anything. It's just dropped and it got wrecked. Storms the outgoing SCVs. Not really that impactful there, to be honest. Dodged that really well. Got away from here. I think he'll tidy that up. Okay. So he did actually have a storm left, and it still didn't matter. Didn't matter that I missed that. I'm just waiting for Rain to consolidate his units and storm this position. Now when I say storm, I literally mean like charge. Charge! I don't think he's got enough. It's not coming in from an ideal angle. Okay, so shuttles are coming in, a couple of zealot bombs, another zealot bomb, another zealot bomb. This is going to be too much Protoss. Impressive win actually from Ruin, I must be honest. His it's hard to beat a Terran that gets onto 4 bases. Especially on Polypoid, which I think is generally quite an easy map to defend as a Terran player, and he did a really good job of macroing, fighting to take the second half of the map. And maybe Taengu, by trying to take the entire half of the map, probably spread himself a bit far. But he microed some fights really well, took some really good trades, established more mining bases, and just did the old-fashioned grinding it out, man. He just ground out a really solid win. So this was a good one, a fun one. I can definitely feel slowly, although I'm still missing heaps of things, and I apologize to everybody who's sticking with me while I'm getting back into it. But I'm definitely getting back into it a little bit. I think this is going to be a recall. Let's see. Whee! Nice. Very nice recall. And that's going to be the end of that. Good game by Rune. Enjoyable game. Nice mix of things. And yeah. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'm starting to have a lot of fun. I'll see you again soon.